Hi, my darlings. Just a quick one about the power of your words and your focus. I'm sure you've all heard before that what you focus on expands. And we've heard that so much that maybe it just ends up sounding a bit like a cliche, right? But what does it actually mean, what you focus on expands? Basically, scientifically, your brain can only focus on so many things at once. And so we have this thing called the reticular activation system, which is a part of the brain that decides for us what things out of the millions of things are going to make our attention, basically. And how the reticular activation system decides what things are the important things to show our conscious mind is basically down to our programming and what we've been focused on. So, for example, if you're playing the game of spot the yellow car, right, you're telling your brain to filter out everything else and just kind of like hone in on spotting the yellow car, and you end up seeing all the yellow cars and almost all of the other colors kind of fade away, right? That's a basic example of how it works. But of course, if we're looking at, say, for example, positivity and negativity, good things and bad things, toxic people to be in relationships with, or your perfect partner, if you're focused on all the toxicity in the world, if you're talking about and thinking about how toxic and terrible these certain people are, then the perfect person could literally walk into your life. You don't even notice them, or you don't even feel attracted to them, or you give yourself, your subconscious mind gives yourself a million reasons why they're not right, or it's not the right time, or whatever. And your mind ends up spotting another toxic person to get into a relationship, as an example. Two other things that I've experienced in the last 24 hours. I was speaking to one lovely lady. She's a customer of mine, a nutrition customer of mine. And she said to me, Lucie, I haven't lost any weight. My goal is to lose 30 pounds and I haven't lost any weight. And we were chatting a bit more. I was asking her a few more questions just to kind of better understand what the situation is. And then it transpired. She says, I've lost 5 pounds, but, and I was like, whoa, what? Hang on. Have you not lost any weight, or have you lost 5 pounds? And she goes, well, yeah, I've lost 5 pounds in the last 2 months. And I was like, so what are you focusing on right now? What's the problem? You telling me something's not working? So she's lost 5 pounds. She's following the nutrition plan I've showed her. It was a great conversation to be able to have with her, to say, look, hang on, don't forget about this amazing thing you've achieved. And, that helped her to see, okay, wow, actually, yeah, I have been maybe focusing on what's not done yet and haven't taken the time to appreciate what has been done. And the reason why she wasn't celebrating and focusing on the 5 pounds that she had achieved so far was because she was still so focused on her ultimate goal. And so even that 5 pounds wasn't bringing her joy or satisfaction, because she was still focused on the fact that she's not there yet at the ultimate goal. And this kind of way of thinking is very common. I know I do it too sometimes, but it robs us of happiness. It robs us of joy. If you think about any goal that you have, any vision for your future, for your life, does that mean you're not going to be happy until every single goal that you have is ticked off? And then that's where this manifestation thing it comes to play and is a sticking point for so many people, because the way to use things like the law of assumption is to feel that level of happiness, joy, ease, calmness, satisfaction, gratitude, to feel it now, so that you are already there mentally, so that you're living from that way of being. If you're living from the opposite way of being, where you're not happy, you're dissatisfied, you're feeling stressed, you're feeling this, that, and the other, because your results aren't the way you want them to be, your brain, your reticular activation system will then just go ahead and find and help you focus on all the other things that agree with your focal point. meaning that you might not see the things that could help take you to the next level, or even then things could happen for you, but you still don't feel any better because your brain is so focused on the lack. The final example is a lovely lady messaged me showing me her scripting letter and said to me, so I don't know what I'm doing wrong because none of it's manifested yet. Well, actually, one thing has manifested. I've got the apartment that I wanted. Sorry, so has none of it manifested yet? Or have you just successfully manifested one huge thing off of your scripting letter? Even if it's one small thing off your scripting letter, is that not... How could you feel right now with the exact same circumstances? What if you could allow that to be the proof, the evidence that it's working? And that if you could manifest that, you can manifest other things. And even if you don't see the connection of how you manifested that, so therefore you can manifest those things, it's something to be happy about, isn't it? It's something to celebrate. It's something to be proud of. It's something to choose to feel joy about. And that's really what all of this comes down to, is that our lives, all of us, will always have a blend, a cocktail of things going seemingly our way and things seemingly not going our way. Things going to our plan and things seemingly not going to our plan. Things that we like, things that we don't like. So it's always daily for the rest of our lives going to be our choice to decide what aspects of what's going on in our life we want to focus fully on. And I'm not suggesting that we bury our heads in the sand and don't process our emotions and don't heal traumas and stuff like that. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is that generally, for most of the hours of the day, you do have a choice of whether you're kind of vibing where you're feeling an overall majority of dissatisfaction, stress, overwhelm, and fear. And with that exact same scenario, I would be as bold to suggest that I think most people are in a position in their life where they can choose to feel better than they're feeling right now with the exact same set of scenarios going on. I know sometimes in extreme situations, we're in such a dire situation that we do need to focus all our attention on whatever thing is going on right now. But even then, I still think in those times, there exists a possibility where you can choose to find the positive aspects or something to be grateful for in that situation. And by doing that, by having that shift in mindset, you might just completely shift the situation as well. Because when you look at things differently, the things you look at change. What's the expression? When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. Something like that. And it's true, because your mind starts to filter out a different selection of things. And this can lead to you walking down an entirely different life path as a result. So I hope you found that useful. Focus on the things you've achieved already. It's focusing on the things you've achieved already is not going to slow you down. It's going to speed things up. If you found this reminder useful, please give me a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments what resonated with you. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button and ring my bell so that you never miss another video. Till next time, bye.